you ever thought about the people in classical music? Large symphony orchestras, virtuoso musicians, and of course, the source of the music, the composer. But who is this composer? You may be thinking of Mozart or Beethoven, perhaps Brahms or Tchaikovsky. What do they all have in common? Correct, they're men. But does that mean there were no women composers? No, definitely not. Women have been involved in the production of music throughout history, as performers, composers, educators and organizers. Just because music history has been written without them does not mean they did not exist. In fact, there were a lot of them. Seriously, I mean a lot. Naturally, some composers will be forgotten over the course of history. But the way music history in particular has been written, especially during the 19th and 20th centuries, means that women were systematically dismissed as lesser and irrelevant. As recently as 1978, Aaron Copland, a big name in classical music, suggested that
women had an innate block against creating large-scale musical structures.
He thereby followed rhetorics of earlier decades that maintained there were not, and probably would never be, any notable women composers. This was not true in history, nor is it today. Since I asked if you have ever thought about the people in classical music, I should tell you that I do so quite frequently, probably more than most people, to be honest. In part, that might be because I'm a concert pianist, and also because I wrote a PhD thesis at the University of Oxford about 18th century women composers. I love engaging with feminist histories and intersectional scholarship, reclaiming the legacies of women in music. I also think about particularly contemporary women in music, because I'm doing a Doctor of Musical Arts at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, where I'm one of the university's public scholars. Here in Canada, I get to interview living women composers, most of them members of the Association of Canadian Women Composers, short ACWC. This unique organization was founded in 1981 and brings together over 100 contemporary women composers. All of the ACWC's members have some connection to Canada, but come from a wide variety of different backgrounds. Some have their own stories of migration, others grew up in Canada, some made their way to university through music, and many had music running through their veins basically from before they were even born. Interviewing the composers reveals that most of them, especially if they completed their studies during the previous century, did not learn about any women composers, basically growing up to be their own role models. It is all the more powerful for them to have found and formed the supportive community that is the ACWC. The majority of ACWC composers wear multiple hats. Yes, they all write music and contribute to a growing and diverse repertoire, but they are also musicians who play concerts, they teach music, and have multifaceted professional identities that inform and influence each other. The idea that a composer is only ever a composer, a suffering genius misunderstood by contemporaries and revered as much as feared, is a piece of historical fiction. It is a piece of fiction that most contemporary composers, and it seems the ACWC as an organization, reject. Still, the legacy of white male genius in classical music continues to shape public, professional and academic perception and opinions of the profession composer. To this day, statistics show that women composers continue to make up a fraction of performances by major orchestras and big concert venues. So what does it mean to do this job today, with the weight of centuries-long, one-sided history bearing down on you? Tune into my podcast, Who Is Heard, where I talk to composers and musicians about the rewarding but difficult road to the classical music stage. Listen to them speak about their incredible stories of music and resilience.